Greetings world, we are anonymous. Russian President Vladimir Putin has organized a series of military drills later this summer that he says will enable Russia to destroy NATO within 48 hours. In response to Canada deploying troops to Latvia as part of a NATO plan to increase a Western military presence along the Russian border, Moscow has hit back with a plan that will put NATO's efforts to shame. Oraz.com reports. Latvian ambassador to Canada Kārlis Einbaums said Friday that his nation, which has previously expressed concern about Russian military activity in Europe's Baltic region, was particularly on edge ahead of its neighbor's quadrennial defense maneuvers called Zapad, or West, due to be held in August and September. Einbaums said the drills, which date back to the Soviet period, have left Latvia uneasy in past years, but that this year's exercise would be especially concerning given the dueling military buildup that has occurred between NATO and Russia in the past few years. You cannot feel safe, Einbaums told CBC News. Canada has already begun sending vehicles and equipment to Latvia, which was designated by NATO last year as one of 4 battle groups to which the multinational force would devote its resources. In addition to Latvia, the groups also include fellow Baltic states Estonia and Lithuania as well as Poland. Canada is set to send the first of 450 soldiers to Latvia next month and will be joined by forces from NATO allies Albania, Italy, Poland, Slovenia, and Spain. About 1,200 troops in all will be stationed in Latvia, with an additional 800 more in Estonia, 1,200 in Lithuania and 4,000 in Poland. Despite this escalation, however, NATO's moves have been described as merely a tripwire to Russia. Russia already maintains a force numbering tens of thousands of troops at strategic border points in the region. In 2016, the RAND Corporation ran an analysis of multiple conflict scenarios and found that across multiple plays of the game, Russian forces eliminated or bypassed all resistance and were at the gates of or actually entering Riga, Tallinn, or both, between 36 and 60 hours after the start of hostilities. Russia has since announced wide-ranging initiatives to expand and modernize its defense capabilities, including more powerful submarines, more sophisticated missile defense systems and the creation of a service branch dedicated specifically to electronic warfare. This year's Zapad drills were set to see from 70,000 to 100,000 Russian troops join their Belarusian allies for a simulated battle with NATO forces, according to Russia's state-run Sputnik News. Secretary of Defense James Mattis said Wednesday during a trip to Lithuania, which will host a German-led NATO battalion, that Russia's buildup was destabilizing and stated NATO would maintain a defensive posture. U.S. officials had earlier suggested that the Pentagon may authorize the deployment of a Patriot missile defense system to the region in preparation for Russian missile movements across the border, but Mattis and Lithuanian President Dalia Grybauskaitė declined to comment specifically on the potential installation. Both the U.S. and Russia have accused the other of trying to provoke a military showdown in Europe, but neither has expressed a willingness to engage the other in combat. After suffering a political falling out earlier this month over opposing policies toward war in Syria, the White House and the Kremlin have attempted to mend their political relationship, which suffered significantly under former President Barack Obama. However, a series of scandals and investigations centering around connections between the administration of President Donald Trump and Russia have left many U.S. officials suspicious of Moscow's intentions. Russia denies interfering in U.S. politics and has called on Washington to restore relations between the world's 2 foremost military powers. Trump met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov Wednesday to discuss the country's positions on international affairs, and Russian presidential aide Yuri Ushakov called on the U.S. Friday to normalize the Russia-U.S. relations, according to Russia's Sputnik News. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
طريق اللاذقية 4/10/2015.
Сирийские правительственные войска использовали недавно полученные российские военные самолеты для бомбардировок позиций боевиков исламского государства в провинции Алеппо, передает агентство Рейтер, ссылаясь на сирийский центр по соблюдению.
المضاد ورجعوا ليه ونهزموا وندخل بس هذا طيب استشراف طيران كثير خريج يعني شنو هذول اليوم حكينا يشوفوك ما بيشوفوك وين العالم دي وين العالم شريك بعيدين يا زلمه شو يسمونه شوي ضربة
لاذقية غارات الطيران الروسي.
الله أكبر. طيران الحرب الروسي يقوم باستخدام أسلحة جديدة في سوريا. الله أكبر.
Отлично, есть попадание.
قصف مقر لواء صقور الجبل من قبل الطيران الروسي.
قصف من الطيران الروسي على معسكرات تدريب لواء صقور الجبل.
أول